The first Enchanted and Epic cards for Attack of the Vine were revealed. We got even more team-up cards, and locations are coming back in a big way. Let's check it all out now. What's up, Illuminators? It's Charlie and Mateus back. Reveal season is well underway with so many exciting, interesting, really fun-looking cards included in all of this.
And a lot of them, right? I think every time I feel like it's going faster and faster. So we have a lot to cover. Maybe we should get just started right now.
Let's do it. And we are starting with something really exciting. As always, every set, it is the Enchanted cards. Of course, we saw the iconic cards and the movie poster style that the team at Ravensburger were going for this set. And now we get to see that style applied to an Enchanted card. And that is Pocahontas and Meeko. This is a card we saw last time, right? I believe.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, maybe we haven't seen this card.
Okay, so this card is a new card.
A brand new card, okay.
You want to describe the effect and then we can talk about the art right
Yeah,
after?
sure. Yeah. So this is Pocahontas and Meeko, Adventurous Friends, 4-cost linkable, 2/3, questing for 2, Storyborn team, hero and princess, has shift 2, evasive, and welcome return. Whenever this character quests, you may return chosen character of yours with cost 1 to your hand. If you do, you may play a character with cost 1 for free. Like great ability, perfect for those more aggressive decks. A great way to protect your 1-cost character like Meeko, right?
Exactly. So I was very, very excited when I saw that because obviously there's the Meeko from the Winter Spell. Is that right?
From Winter Spell, yes.
From Winter Spell, which at the end of the turn you have to discard, otherwise.
If he's exerted.
If it's exerted. So it's a good way to quest, return, and then play again for free straight away.
Yeah.
And of course, it makes sense with the whole narrative of both of them over there in play. It's worth saying, just talking about a little bit what we're seeing here, right? At first I was like, that doesn't look like a cinematic movie poster. But to be fair, yeah, there's the repetition, right? You can see the repetition of Pocahontas and John Smith on the back.
Yeah.
Also the sheep on the side. So it is, I think it's just more putting her to the front of it.
It's a different.
There's less distraction.
It's a different approach, and I mean, if you look at movie posters from the 90s, which is what they're kind of drawing inspiration from, we do kind of see this style. And as Mateus said, it's very much about not necessarily having what we saw in the iconic cards, where it's a lot going on. It's a lot more muted. I personally prefer this,
100% more.
but yeah, it does have kind of those abstract elements like Pocahontas in the background as well as the foreground, the ship kind of being out of its kind of natural context. So for me, I personally love this card because we were super on the fence about the iconics. It seems like everyone is. I think for everyone who loves it, there's another person who hates it. But this Enchanted.
But that's it for me. Like seeing this gives me hope because I do like cinematic posters. Like when you think about movie posters, there's so many options and ways to do it. For me, this is the right way to do it. Again, we understand iconic maybe had to be more surreal, loads of stuff going on. This for me is so much better, and I hope that that's the case for the other Enchanted as well.
Yeah,
good start. Amazing card effect-wise and art-wise to show and start the Enchanted season, right? So I'm very excited and I love Pocahontas.
You said this was already your chase
card. That's already my
right?
chase card.
It's like one card in and this is the chase.
That's already my chase card, but amazing card. Looking forward to see the normal version as well.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's going to be a super rare. I'm guessing. That's just my guess just because of what we're seeing.
It could be a legendary. It's a pretty good effect.
We saw... Unless it's the theory of having a dual wink additional legendary.
We've already seen the Amethyst one.
We've seen the Amethyst one with the...
Sapphire. Christopher Robin.
That was Amethyst Sapphire. Okay.
I think there could be 15 though, but well maybe it's super rare.
And we have another legendary where we're going to see right after this as well on Amethyst as well. So that's what I mean. But again, it's the two colors, right? So who knows?
Yeah,
fantastic
true. And yeah, as Mateus said, we can look at another team up card. This is Woody and Buzz Lightyear, best buddies. 7-cost inkable, 4/4 questing for 3. Storyborn team, hero, toy, and captain. Can shift for 5 and has 2 abilities. The first one is to infinity. When you play this character, if chosen opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw cards until you have the same number. So kind of almost a replacement there for Clarabelle, only on play, which is nice. And then the second ability, and beyond. Whenever this character quests, you may play a card with cost 2 or less for free. So another like really bonkers, crazy ability. Of course, this is because this is a team up card. Like actually Meeko and Pocahontas, you can shift it on a card named Woody or Buzz Lightyear, so you don't need to shift it on both. Like some cards we're going to see. This way you can really just choose. So being able to do shift 5, recoup a bunch of cards if your opponent has more cards in their hand than you, and then also being able to play a character with cost 2 or less for free is just like so much going on. Such an amazing card for toys.
It's the perfect example of really making good usage of the dual wing card. cards. We're seeing the identity in Emerald with the first ability, and then the identity of Amber and Toys with and Beyond. And that is literally a Woody in a card with Buzz Lightyear, right? When you think about the effect, that's very like the Woody from the Stat Championship in a way or another, right? I love this card. I love this art. It has to get an Enchanted.
This has got to be, absolutely. And it's going to be, if they do this, Woody and Buzz, we know the most expensive Enchanted from the previous set was You've Got a Friend in Me. Yeah. This is probably going to be the most expensive if we get an Enchanted.
And all the movement, right? Imagine discarding the movie poster format.
Yeah.
All the vibes behind attacking them.
Be,
I'm so excited. I love this card.
Yeah, because even this art is like really, really incredible.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
And I should say, I think the downside of this card is a 4/4. It is kind of squishy, but you're really getting the big advantage when you play it.
And you quest for a lot.
So
if you manage to trigger once, we're already triggering on play.
Yeah.
Then if you quest, you're getting 3 lore. You're getting that likely playing that character, right?
And we're gonna see a bunch of cards in Amber specifically that let your opponent draw cards as well. So then that's kind of a payoff for some of those too.
Oh, it is a card. It's not just a character card.
Yeah.
I was reading as the character card with cost 2 or less, so that's even more interesting.
Yeah, I suppose because of the Buzz influence. So Woody was all about characters. Buzz was all about action. So here you get to choose, which is really nice. Another card revealed in Amber is Powhatan's Staff, a 1-cost inkable item with the ability Step Forward, Exert, pay 1. The next character you play this turn enters play exerted and gains Bodyguard until the start of your next turn. Really fun there. Again, probably one for those more aggressive decks. You can use this to protect some of your characters. You can put the Bodyguard effect on a character that is like when it's banished the opposing character, things like that, which I think we do still have. I think there are still some that aren't rotating out, so that could be like a little bit of synergy with it there. And we're also going to see a card later that cares about characters entering play exerted, so could also synergize nicely with that.
That is very interesting because it doesn't mean that you can trigger this effect again next turn for the same character. You have to play. A conditioner is the next one you play.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I was like, okay, I have an item that lets me have Bodyguard all the time. But that's not true. You still have to play another character, which kind of balances in a way, but very interesting card. Yeah. Imagine for all the Zagros coming with Pocahontas, we just saw the Meeko, right? And then now being able to protect.
True.
Very, very nice.
Next up, more teaming up. This time it's Sully and Boo, Scare Buddies. So these are an Amber, Ruby, Jewel, Ink, Glimmer. 6-cost inkable, 6/5 questing for 2. Storyborn, Team, Hero, and Monster. And these two have combo shift 4. So you may pay 4 ink to play this on top of one of your characters named Sully, one named Boo, or one of each. So Matheus and I discussed this inland. Yeah. So basically, if you have a Boo, you can shift it on top of Boo. If you have a Sully, you can shift it on top of Sully. And if you have Sully and Boo, you can shift it on top of both of them.
So it just plays them side by side, I suppose. And
but then you might ask, why would I choose to put it onto 2 characters? So that's where where the ability comes in, which is the Power of Friendship. When this character is banished, if any of the cards that were under them are character cards, you may play those characters from your discard for free. So basically what that means is you can have your Sully, you can have your Boo stacked underneath this Sully and Boo card. When it's banished, you're then going to get to be able to play both of them for free from your discard. So
in the same turn, right?
In the same turn, exactly.
So it's pretty much just allowing them to not have been banished. It's very important to say you still have to pay the cost.
No, you don't. This one's for free.
Okay.
You're thinking of those other cards.
As soon as I said this card for free. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So you're literally just bringing them back.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you've got that setup, you can put this character into play. Maybe you challenge. This character's banished, and then you get to play both of the characters that were underneath it for free, which is really cool. Could of course be combined with something like the location, whose name evades me, that you can banish the character that's there to banish chosen character.
Is it the graveyard?
Something like that, yeah. So I think there are definitely some fun synergies here. If we see more of those like self-banishing actions as well, like banish this character to banish chosen character, then again it could work really, really well. And you could stack multiple Sullys and Boos on top of each other, shift this, and then play them all back out of your discard for free.
I can stack by shifting, right?
Exactly.
I could not stack otherwise. So I could stack on top of this one. This one could be stacked by another one.
And,
right?
That's true. That would be cool.
Would the effect trigger twice? No, because it only validates the card on the top.
I think so. Yeah. So an interesting one. It's hard to, I guess, get our heads around exactly how this could work without seeing the full set.
Yeah.
But definitely really seems like a fun one. Probably another Enchanted.
I do want to make a point actually. Not a point, because I don't know. I'm just observing this now. We have the dual ink coming back. I almost feel like the framing of the 2 colors, they rework the art. The red is really coming as a Tanda, which is the language of Ruby. on the button.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like that before. I have to observe. It looks really nice. You can really see the shape of Umber and the shape of Ruby cutting through on the side. It's very pointy.
It is very pointy. Next up, we have Mike Wazowski, Heroic Climber, 2-cost uninkable, 0/4 questing for 1. He's a Storyborn hero and monster with the ability Find a Friend. When you play this character and whenever he quests, each player reveals the top card of their deck. If it's a character card, they may put it into their hand, otherwise put it on the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of a little bit like Daisy Duck, right? So you don't have quite as good stats or the lore, but you and your opponent both potentially can be drawing some cards through this. If you have a very character-focused deck, maybe an aggro deck with lots of characters, then Mike is going to give you some consistent card draw and potentially gets rid of some of your opponent's like actions as well that could be answers to your deck.
Would you play that? I'm just trying to think. It's so risky, right? Because I feel like I can see the benefit with Daisy Duck, with and I struggle a little bit more. It is a cool effect, and the fact that it's for both you and your opponent. Yeah, it's another twist.
Yeah, I think like it definitely has some fun to it. I think like in a multiplayer format, imagine questing with this and everyone's drawing cards. That could be
and
nice.
It's cool that it's on play as well. Yeah,
but I do imagine we'll see that one in maybe more aggressive decks.
Okay.
Next up, we have Celia May, Friendly Receptionist, 3-cost, uninkable, 3/3, questing for 2. She's a Storyborn ally and monster. With the ability Please Hold, when you play this character, you may pay 1 ink to ready chosen character of yours they can't quest or challenge for the rest of the turn. So allowing you to protect a character there, or maybe ready one of your singers who can then sing another song as well. Very reminiscent of Sven from Shimmering Skies. Probably not going to be getting a reprint. The difference is Sally May costs 1 less, is uninkable, but it's an optional ability. So I think...
and you have to pay a cost.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to pay the cost. So I think on the whole, I'd probably prefer Sven just because of the inkability. But I think as a 3/3 questing for 2, it's pretty decent stats as well on Celia May. So maybe going to be another one for those aggro decks. Next up, we have If I Didn't Have You. This is the 3-cost inkable song. You and another chosen player each draw 2 cards. Yeah, so like I said, we're seeing a lot of amber cards this set that are kind of letting you and your opponent draw. So if you're kind of a very like resource heavy deck, like an aggro deck again, where you're kind of burning through your hand really quickly against your opponent who maybe has a lot more high cost characters, then you could play this. You're able to then put those 2 threats onto the board whilst your opponent maybe isn't able to. In matches where this is helping your opponent do much, you just ink it, I think. But yeah, could be an interesting one.
And of course, you are probably recognizing this card is the one used for the set championship of Attack of the Vine. It's the same art. And I believe this card is also a promo card in Japan. Also,
I did see that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And interesting. So the first time we're seeing a regular card out from the set being represented on the set championship.
Exactly, and not even like an art variation.
There we go. That's where you've seen that art. Next up, we have Ming Lee, Proud Parent, a 3-cost inkable, 2/3 questing for 2. She is a Dreamborn, Mentor, and Red Panda, and has 2 abilities. The first one is Biggest Fan. If you have a character named Malin Lee in play, you pay 1 less to play this character. And Follow the Music. If you played a song this turn, you may pay 1 less to play this character. So we do have a cost 1 Mailing Lee. So if you're able to, sing with her because she has the Singer 3 ability, obviously you have to sing together because of her ability. But if you're able to, sing a song with her, and then you can play Ming Lee for 1, which is pretty good. That's getting a 2/3 questing for 1 is a little bit synergy dependent, but I think even if you're only able to hit one of those criteria, I think still pretty good to play this down on turn 2.
And we have the Fieldborn as well, right? To shift on top of her, so it's a good alternative. What I just realized is she's a Dreamborn as well, maybe because she likes the band. In the Storyborn format, she's not like a groupie, and she has a Tamagotchi in her neck.
She does. I was just about to say, I love that. As kids of the 90s,
that's really nice.
We can appreciate it. Next up, we have Miriam Mendelsohn, ticket holder, a 2-cost inkable, 1/3 questing for 1. Storyborn ally with the ability I Got Him. When you play this character, each player draws a card. More of that. Everyone in Amber getting to enjoy the benefits there. I'm really excited about Amber card draw, and it will be interesting to see if it's too much of a downside giving your opponent all of these cards.
It's a tricky one, but it is the right way to do it, right? You don't want Amber to take the identity from Amethyst, so there's a cost, but you are getting those resources.
Yeah. Absolutely. Next, the card we're really excited about. This is 4-Town Hottest Band of the Year, a 4-cost inkable, 5/5 questing for 1. Storyborn with Singer 5 and the ability Star Performance. Whenever this character sings a song with Sing Together, draw a card. Really cool there. Leans into what the Amber Turning Red cards want to do, which is sing together primarily. It's interesting that they've kind of Four Town is like the whole band. They
That's
didn't,
what I
they didn't
just
have
realized.
like a Robert card.
I thought that was Robert, and now I
Yeah.
saw I spelled Four Town. Then I saw everyone else. It's just
So they're not like a team. They're just story
I
one,
know.
which is it's
a band. Yeah.
I wanted one of each.
Maybe they will have.
Yeah.
I never met nobody like you.
Those songs are coming.
So good.
And speaking
I
of
never
songs from
thought about
Turning
your
Red,
Never not by your side.
yeah,
Your
so
side.
this is a 5-cost Inkable song with Sing Together 5, so your 4-town can sing it all on their own if they want to, but they can also sing it with others, and remove up to 4 damage total from any number of your characters. You gain 1 law for each damage removed this way, so you could remove 2 damage from one character, 2 damage from another character, gain your 4 law that way. You could remove 1 damage from 4 characters, however you want to do it. If you combine it with your 4-town, then you're going to get to draw a card as well. And I do think this is a pretty good one. We saw a lot of support for damage removing in the previous set with the Madrigal, so a card that could slot into that, but also has some synergy with the Turning Red cards that are happening as well.
It is beautiful. I love this card.
It is a very
It's probably
beautiful
going to be an
deck.
epic, I think.
I would love to see that as an epic. And
I just love this movie so much, honestly.
It's amazing.
I think the same way that Up for you is one of the best, for me it is Turning Red.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's good. I love Turning Red as well. More Turning Red next with Besties Assemble. This is a 1-cost Inkable action. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Amazing, I think, a 1-cost Inkable action that lets you basically draw a card in almost all situations if you built your deck to be more character leaning. Kind of a cheaper version of Be Our Guest that can't be sung. I definitely think this card will see play. It's just, I think it's going to be a no-brainer as a way to draw cards in Amber.
I think for Amber, yes. I told you that before. I always struggle understanding why I would use Be Our Guest. I think the only place I would if I was playing Still Song, because then I was looking for a princess or whatever. But I know, again,
it's card
just
draw.
No, I know, but I'm just picking one card at the end of the day, and the rest is going to the bottom.
You pick the best
There's
card.
always a risk, right? I always worry when things go under the deck.
When Matheus plays Be Our Guest in his toys deck, he just inks it. It's terrible.
But don't listen to me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to use those cards, but I know the benefit because I'm sure people will use. Yeah.
Next up, we have Rabbit, Honey Paladin, 4-cost Inkable, 2 5 questing for 1, Dreamborn, Ally, Knight, and Honey. Has Bodyguard and the ability Honey Aura. When you play this character, chosen Honey character gets +1 law this turn. Reminds me a lot of the Donald Duck Bodyguard. You remember the Musketeer? Donald Duck, he was a bodyguard, would give the law.
That, yeah.
So
with there was the carrots around, or the
I don't know if there were carrots.
Not the corns.
Corns.
Is it the cornfield? And then he was like, I think so.
I just remember the effect.
Is it the silver one or the amber one?
The amber one.
Yeah, I think it's in the cornfield, yeah.
But yes, very similar effect to that. I think that was a great card for more aggressive decks. This works really well. We've seen actually in the Honey archetype, right, we have the Winnie the Pooh that gets more law for the other Honey characters you have in play. So you could potentially play your Winnie the Pooh. The next turn you play this, now you've got more Honey characters in play. Pooh gets the extra law and then also gets this extra law plus a bodyguard to protect. So really, really cool card there. And kind of, I think the Honey archetype could be pretty strong this set and a good card for that.
My favorite character design of this set so far. I'm gonna say already, the outfit, my favorite one, and it was revealed by Cozy Board Game, so go watch it out because my favorite review so far as well for this set. Yeah. I'm waiting for Gaten. I don't think he reviews the set because usually Gaten always wins for me, like the best reviews. But Cozy Board Games did an amazing review for this card. Go check it out. Beautiful art, right, from Kapika. Yeah.
Super, super cute. Next up, we have the Family Madrigal, Every Generation, a 5-cost Inkable, 2/8 questing for 2. This is an Amber, Sapphire, Dual Ink Glimmer, Storyborn Team, and Madrigal. Has Madrigal Shift 3. You may pay 3 to play this on top of one of your Madrigal characters, whatever they're called.
And there are plenty.
There are plenty. And then Family Blessings is the ability. Once during your turn, whenever you remove 1 or more damage from one of your characters, put the top card of your deck into your Inkwell face down and exerted. More payoffs.
More damage, okay.
Yeah, more payoffs for the kind of damage removing archetype for the the Madrigals in the last set, primarily in Amber and Sapphire. So that's good. You're going to have plenty to build from there. I'm kind of glad we didn't do the Madrigal deck yet because
that'll be cool.
Yeah,
it's
going to be a really nice one.
I was trying to see if they had the willpower, one per each of the family, but the family, there are 12 members. So imagine 12 willpower, because it's kind of buffed card anyway. And one thing to say as well, and again, that's just a guess.
This is our theories.
Theories, nothing confirmed, but we said that in the previous video with the set announcement. We think those 3 posters that comes on the pre-release pack, we're showing on screen right now, one of them looks like this card. So we think that this is already the representation of what you see as an enchanted art. So this card, in our guess, is one of the enchanted. And it looks stunning. Again, the candle in the middle, right? I think that is an example of how it works so well as a poster as well, right? So very, very excited.
Yeah. Beautiful card. And then the last one we have for Amber today is Rapunzel's Tower, taken by the Vine, a 4-cost inkable location, move cost of 1, willpower of 8 with 1 law per turn, and has the ability Embracing Change. Your Floodborn characters get +2 willpower. That's all the time. It's not just when they're at the location. As soon as you play this, then your Floodborns are getting the benefit, which I think kind of justifies maybe the little bit of a higher cost on this location. More payoff for the Floodborns that we're seeing a lot of this set because of the Vine and the Vinelings.
Yes.
And
so it doesn't necessarily need to be a Floodborn that you can shift. It's just as long as there is the classification, which the Vinelings also do.
Yep, there we go. At first, I thought this was a reprint of Rapunzel's Tower, but because it was in Japanese, it was revealed by the Japanese stream. So I was like, is that the same? No. But no, this is a different location. So yeah, that's it for Amber. We can drop them into the tracker now. Give them a few seconds so you can look at everything.
Check it out. We did so fast in the last video. Let you appreciate this. And let's go straight to Amethyst.
And we're going to start off Amethyst with an epic card. This is Winnie the Pooh, Honey Archmage. This is a character we saw in the previous reveal video, and we get to see the epic version of him here. I love this, honestly. It's so beautiful. I think Winnie the Pooh, we know, is like incredibly popular with the Lorcana community, so it's great to see more love for Winnie the Pooh. Probably going to be one of the more desirable epics this set.
I believe so.
I think,
it's
playable card, beautiful,
I mean, everything that they are doing for the Honey Wizard at the moment, the set is going to really explode, including the PvE mode as well, right? The Illuminer's Quest. But should we see the first card that we haven't seen for Amethyst yet?
Yeah, the first card we haven't seen is a legendary card. This is Merida, in Italian, going Evocatrice de Fuci Fatui.
Okay. Oh, I cannot translate in real time. I'm sorry. I know. Evocative is probably Evocatrice. I don't know.
Okay. Well, so anyway, she's a 4-cost and inkable 3/3 questing for, and she is in Dreamborn.
Yeah.
A hero.
Yeah.
A princess.
And a mage.
And
or
a
whatever.
mage.
How do you call?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Okay. Perfect.
So Evocatrice is probably the person that does the magic.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, but,
so she has 2 abilities. The first one is this character can enter play exerted to draw a card, and also during your turn, whenever another character enters play exerted, you may draw a card. So we saw actually a lot of this with brave characters who could enter play exerted to give you a benefit. So that's what Merida does. We know how critical card draw is in this game. It's often the difference between winning and losing. So you can choose to have Merida enter play, and then she's already replacing herself. The downside, of course, is that she's going to be exerted and then can be challenged. But if you're playing her maybe on 6 sync, you can play her and then immediately follow up with a bodyguard like Rex, who is a 2-cost character. Then you're drawing 2 cards. You can also choose not to have her enter play exerted, and then on the subsequent turn, then you exert her and start playing some characters out with bodyguard or something like that, so that they can enter play exerted. Or if you have 2 Meridas, you can exert a Merida and then play another Merida, and then you're drawing 2 cards, which is great.
Yeah, that's true. But of course, once she's in, she herself won't trigger that ability anymore. She just triggers for other characters entering exerted. And we mentioned in Amber another card that will allow you to do that.
The Paladin's stuff,
So there are ways to play around. I love this card. It's another legendary. So yeah, I'll be curious to see if she gets it enchanted.
Yeah, I think anything with card draw, it's always good, and a lot of the good card draw is going to be rotating out. So,
but it is interesting because I think this card will better function just with Amber.
Just with Amber.
Yeah, I think that's the color combination.
Yeah, Amber or maybe Steel, because Steel has a few bodyguards as well.
That's true.
So and also the other brave cards that can enter exerted are mostly I think mostly in Steel.
Well, I suppose you can even use that with the dash bar, right? If I want to quest. The dash bar that can rush or quest?
I think he doesn't enter play exerted. He would enter play and then he can exert to quest. This is, you have to enter play exerted.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The fact that he's questing and being exerted at the same time does not trigger?
No, because it's saying it has to enter play exerted.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no synergy there, but
synergy.
I do think an interesting one that I'm sure people are going to be building around. Next up, we have Magical Honey Staff. This is a 1-cost inkable item, and I believe, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, the first item with the subclassification, which is honey.
Oh!
Yeah, and it has 2 abilities. The first one is Gift of the Hive. Once during your turn, you may pay 1 ink to give a chosen character of yours the honey classification until the start of your next turn, getting all of the benefits and synergies with honey. And Spell of Swiftness, exert, pay 2 ink, chosen honey character of yours gains evasive until the start of your next turn. So you could pay 3, give a character honey, and then give them evasive. All on that, or you can just be using it to protect your honey characters. You use it to protect your Christopher Robin, who's probably your most important honey character. But yeah, really, really fun one. More support for the synergy. Gorgeous card.
It's beautiful. I wish there wasn't only once during your turn. I wish as long as I had ink, you can give you honey to everyone.
Oh, you can? Oh,
no,
sorry, you can't.
Turn,
Yes, yeah.
But you can have multiple of those, right?
Yeah,
if you want. That's a beautiful card, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and yeah, it's funny to see a classification there on an item. Next, we have Aladdin and Genie, Mischievous Pals. This is an Amethyst Emerald Jewel Ink Glimmer. 5-cost inkable, 3/3 questing for 2. Storyborn Team and Hero. Has Shift 3. You can play it on a character named Aladdin or Genie, and the ability Sleight of Hand. When you play this character, you may put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you do, draw that number of cards plus 1.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
That is insanity.
Yeah, because it's kind of doing 2 things, right? You can, like, if you have a bunch of bad cards in your hand, so like sometimes like you're playing this turn 3, maybe a bit later, you might have a bunch of like 1-cost characters that aren't really any use to you, or maybe something that just isn't good in that matchup. Put those on the bottom of the deck and draw into something better, hopefully.
I think for me it's the +1. The +1 makes such a big difference as well, because sometimes you'll question, do I want to lose my cards? Even though it's good to filter, you're always going to get one more, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
What is this light? Is light?
Slight is like what magicians do, so you don't see the trick happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I know Googly Glimmers did a reel talking about how this works.
Okay.
I did not watch it, so
watch it.
Yeah, because I think the question came up was, can I put 0 cards on the bottom of my deck? Because like we do have some effects that like you can discard your hand even if you have 0, you can still draw. I think because this one is an if you do put a card on the bottom, then you can draw. So I believe, and watch Googly Glimmer's video for the confirmation, I believe you couldn't put 0 on the bottom to draw 1
because of the if you do condition.
I think you have to put at least 1 and then you can draw 2. So
we think. Check it out.
Go check out Googly Glimmers, who knows the rules a lot better than I do. Next up, we have Peter Pan and Tinkerbell Fast Friends. This is an Amethyst Ruby Jewel Ink Glimmer. 6-cost inkable, 5/4 questing for 2. Storyborn Team, Hero and Fairy. Has Shift 4. You can play it on Peter Pan or Tinkerbell, and the ability you can fly. Your characters gain evasive. All of the characters, every single character.
Is insanity. I love that it's in this color as well, because I love this color combination.
Yeah.
Look, it's Alice Pisoni, so I'm already calling here first. Is one of the enchanted cards.
Oh yeah, it has to
It's
be.
gonna be one of the enchanted cards I'm
be.
calling here first. Yeah. It's insane.
It's a really good card.
My God,
we have like decent Tinkerbells and Peter Pans. We're getting some more this set.
Yes.
So plenty of shift targets. And then giving everything evasive in a color that has access to something like your Dumbo Ninth Wonder of the Universe. Can start exerting everything, drawing all the cards. And
can Ruby Amethyst come back? That's the question.
And it's crazy because you give yourself evasive as well. So then you could have an entirely evasive board that your opponent not every deck can deal with that, right?
Yes.
Someone did say that they feel like this is the set where we need an effect that's like your all characters lose evasive or your opponent loses evasive, because if you've got a whole board of evasive characters, could be a bit of a,
or maybe like the pumpkin one that destroys an evasive character, but it's it's like a be prepared for evasive characters. That's too punishing.
There is something in Steel that we're going to see later that does banish Steel evasive characters. We did say there were some new Peter Pans and Tinkerbells this set. The first one is Peter Pan Playful Prankster. 2-cost inkable, 1/3 questing for 1. It's Storyborn and Hero. Has the ability Stay Right There. When you play this character, chosen opposing character can't ready at the start of their turn. A really good effect. There's some disruption and a shift target for your Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
Beautiful art as well. The lighting.
It always looks good with Peter Pan, right?
And those characters that look like from Kingdom Hearts.
Someone actually, I think it was Demetrius, shared an image of the Kingdom Hearts creatures, because I have never played Kingdom Hearts, but It does look so much like
But that's
them.
what I said.
It
Remember when I
looks so
first
much-
saw it, I
yeah.
was like, this is Kingdom Hearts. That's
Yeah,
so cool.
it's I don't know if it's like just a nod to it or actually we're gonna get Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think it's a reference, but
No.
it is cool, yeah.
Next up, we have Mrs. Incredible, created by the Vine, a 4-cost Inkable 4/3 questing for 1, Floodborn Super and Vineling with the ability Torrent. Whenever one of your Floodborn characters quests, you may pay 1 ink less for the next character you shift this turn. So yes, support for Floodborn characters, but this one is specifically looking for the Floodborns that can shift, and Mrs. Incredible herself a Floodborn that cannot shift. You could shift it on Mrs. Incredible on Mrs. Incredible, say in Steel. You could then shift it on top of this one, which could be cool, but also plenty of other good
And I suppose you could pile. You could quest with many Floodborns to decrease the cost by 1, 1, 1, 1. Right?
True, yeah.
As long as for the next character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, which would work really well with the Vine, right? So the Vine is a 10-cost shift 7.
Yeah.
So if you have like a 1-cost, 2-cost, 3-cost, then you play Mrs. Incredible,
You
quest with everything, then shift it on top.
Yeah. That's really cool.
That's how you get it down sooner. So yeah, really, really fun card there. Next, we have Panic Hammer Enthusiast, 3-cost Inkable 3/1 questing for 2. He's a Storyborn ally and has Rush. Quite fragile for a Rush character, so you can rush it in, banish something. You can also just keep it around to quest. But also has some great synergy with Pain, Running with Scissors, both of which are
I love that they are
hilarious.
the transformation of each
Yes.
other. Yeah.
4-cost Inkable 5/3 questing for 1, Storyborn ally with the ability multi-purpose tool. When you play this character, if you have a character named Panic in play, when you play this character, if you have a character named Panic in your discard, gain 2 lore.
So you play the other one first, you rush through it, you take someone down, then play this one, checks your discard. And get your lore.
Exactly. So synergy there. Hopefully we're going to see more Pains and Panics because it'd be nice to get more payoff for a card like this. Next up, we have Malin Lee, Superficially Obedient, a 2-cost Inkable 2/3 questing for 1, Storyborn Hero and Red Panda, and has the ability Newfound Confidence. When you shift a character on top of her, this character gains evasive until the start of your next turn. We are going to see some cool Red Panda cards. We saw actually the Malin Lee as well that can sing. So this is a way you can shift on top of her. She will be exerted, but then you can give her evasive because you shifted on top of her to protect her to hopefully then be able to shift again on the next turn.
You can use the legendary one as well. I don't know if
That's the
what
one I
you're
meant,
saying.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
because then it's protected, right? You heal yourself as well if you're not protected. So there's 2 ways to use the card. Yeah.
Yeah, and great out there from
I just
Oggy.
realized the
smoke,
The
yeah,
smoke
yeah.
is the thunder. Yeah.
Really cool. Next, we have Ming Lee, Overprotective Parent, 4-cost Uninkable, 3/3 questing for 2, Storyborn Mentor and Red Panda, and has the ability You're Grounded. When you shift a character on top of this character, chosen opposing exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn.
So you're pretty much freezing it.
Yeah, it's a perfectly fine card. There is an incredible Ruby card that could shift on this Ming Lee, and I think that's primarily why you're going to use her.
It's the super rare one,
But
right?
yes, so we'll look at that in a little
and
bit.
again, this art, of course, Leonardo Giamicelli. This art, oh my god,
Yeah, and
Talking about art.
more incredible art. This one from Cam Kendall is With a Few Good Friends, a 6-cost Inkable song. Sing together 6, and a chosen player draws a card for each different ink type of characters you have in play. Pay off for the honey archetype that allows you to have all honey characters, no matter the ink color, in your deck. So in the best case scenario, you could draw 6 cards with this. I think probably more likely maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty nice card draw.
And that reminds me that that's the art for the foil playmat. That I don't think we're ever gonna be able to get. It's literally my favorite art for a playmat. One day. That's beautiful.
It is.
Like stunning.
It is.
I wouldn't mind if that wasn't enchanted either, but I think they're already milking enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're going to be getting so many the Pooh enchanters this set. Oh my goodness, I can't pronounce this one. We have Fleur de Flamme. I think it's Fleur de Flamme actually. Luckless Bard, a 6-cost Inkable 4/5 questing for 2. Storyborn ally with the ability Chasing Adventure. When you play this character, if a character of yours quested this turn, draw a card. I think definitely an easy condition to satisfy. A great card, almost certainly for your limited formats, draft and sealed.
Game, right?
Maybe not in core constructed, but cool. And it is another character from the Black Cauldron, so maybe we're going to see some more Black Cauldron cards this set.
I was about to ask, who is this one from?
Yeah, the Welsh
I
name.
thought it was Brave.
The Welsh name gives it away.
Okay, I was sure it was Brave.
So that's that. Next up, we have Protective Aura. This is a 2-cost inkable action. Your Floodborn characters gain evasive until the start of your next turn. If you have a bunch of Floodborn set up, then this could be a great way to just close out the game. And maybe it is feeling like the Amethyst Steel Floodborn is the archetype,
right? Because then this card will protect you. You're questing, you're playing the other one earlier. You protect with this. Beautiful art as well. The art in this set is insane. Yeah,
it's all a little bit spooky, right? And it's super, super cool. And more spooky art here. This is one and only 3-cost inkable action. Choose a character, but banish all other characters with the same name as that character. So it's an interesting one because it can be quite conditional. If your opponent is playing a Buzz Lightyear and you don't have a Buzz Lightyear and they only have one Buzz Lightyear in their deck, then this does nothing. But in a mirror match, if you're playing like an Amethyst Sapphire mirror match, your opponent plays a Merryweather which has ward. You can play your own Merryweather. You can choose your Merryweather and then banish the opposing Merryweather. And
is that how it is?
Yeah, you choose one character and then you banish all the other ones with the same name.
So you could banish your own.
No, you wouldn't banish your own. You don't banish the one you choose. So you choose a character.
All other characters with the same name. Okay. But why the ward? I missed that part.
Because it gets around ward. So if we both have Merryweathers with ward.
Because it's all the... Okay, gotcha.
I choose mine and then banish that. And then, we're probably going to be seeing decks this set with a lot of Woodies in them. Maybe, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell decks as well. Things like that. There are a lot of decks that kind of have a lot of characters with the same name. So you can use this to banish them. It'll be interesting to see how this works with something like Woody and Buzz. Like if it's the duo team.
I'm guessing they go.
You just get rid of everything called Woody or Buzz.
I'm guessing so, right?
Yeah, so...
No, sorry. I think if you're choosing a Woody and then one of your cards is Woody and Buzz, that card will go. But I don't think the Buzz will go.
But what if I choose Woody and Buzz? Does it banish both?
Yeah, that should be the case, right?
So
really?
we'll have to find out when we get.
That's probably what it is, because introducing this in a set where it's all about team up, you really get a lot of value.
It would make sense.
Yeah. Oh, look at that!
So we'll have to see. We'll wait for the official ruling on it. But I think it's one of those cards. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to do absolutely nothing. So we shall find out. So we'll drop all of the Amethyst cards into the tracker now, and so many potentials for beautiful enchanters out of these.
I'm so excited!
Yeah, this set is looking great. And then we're going to go over to Emerald. First up for us in Emerald is actually an Emerald Sapphire Dual Ink Glimmer and a legendary card. This is Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse Adventuring Duo, 7-cost inkable, 5/5, questing for 5. And there has been an update on the way 5 law is represented. Instead of the law symbol with the number 5, it is now many law symbols, which is great. And then it has Duo Shift 0. You may pay 0 ink to play this on top of 2 of your characters, one named Minnie Mouse and one named Mickey Mouse.
So you need to have both.
It's not like it's not like Sully and Boo where you can choose. This you need both of those characters, but if you do have both of those, this is free to play, which is bonkers.
It's just insane. I think that is just insane.
And then it also has the ability, thinking of you, if this character would be banished, put them into your inkwell face down and exert it instead. One of the really important things to say about this is it doesn't go to your discard. So the way stacked characters when you've shifted work is they always go to the discard first when they're banished and then they separate. In this case, it's skipping the discard pile, which means if you've got a Minnie and a Mickey and you shift this on top, then all 3 cards are going to go into your inkwell. So
it's important to say that because it's saying if this character would be banished. So he never got to be banished. That's the only difference here is the would be that differentiates going through that path.
Yeah, so really the only way your opponent can stop it going into your inkwell is to bounce it back to your hand, which is going to be
But then you also get 3 cards.
Yeah, you get 3 cards.
Yeah, because it will never go into the discard. Yeah, so actually this is a very good card. Yeah. Either way, you're having so much resources, right?
Because we do have a 2-cost Mini in Emerald. I don't know if we have a 1-cost Mickey, but we certainly have
a Mickey that we'll see now in Sapphire.
Does he cost 1?
I think so.
Oh god. So so you could play this maybe on turn 2. Like you could literally play the Mini and then shift.
It's a vanilla one with the same outfit.
There's certainly a 3-cost Mickey. So like unless we get a 1-cost Mickey, maybe we have one.
This is a bit insane.
Yeah, then
it's scary as well.
It's a little bit incredible. This is like, as Matteo said earlier, I think a real payoff for these ink combinations. Like when we first saw Dual Ink, we were like, they really need to make these characters super powerful to encourage these archetypes. It does of course, require, like, you need to have 3 cards to be able to pull off this combo. You need Mickey, Minnie, and then this card as well. So it's not the easiest to find.
But also, it's not that
But it's
hard,
also not that
isn't
hard,
it?
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
It's a good playoff to try, right? And the last case scenario, you're just gonna ink, or you just play at 7. You have so many benefits.
Yeah.
No, just
In
me.
Sapphire, maybe.
Yeah, because it's Sapphire.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking more. No, that's a silly question. I was trying to think about what are the decks archetypes that uses Emerald Sapphire in general.
It's more control decks.
yeah.
I think this maybe is maybe a little bit more like aggro to mid-range
But
leaning.
it's also the reason probably why they put on those 2 colors to force or to incentivize you to try that. I don't see the Emerald part of the ability, to be honest. I'm only seeing Sapphire. I don't know if it's on the banishing side. I don't know, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I think
I don't see Emerald. Much
Emerald.
here. Oh, maybe the questing is a higher quest.
Yeah, but Emerald it normally punishes you for banishing your opponent's thing, so that's
what
like
it
the
is, right?
punish.
And of course, talking about outfit, going back to our theory only. The third and final poster for the pre-release box, we show on the screen right now, the Unexpected Creeps In. We think that is the equivalent enchanted card for Attack of the Vine.
Because it's definitely
It's the same. Look at the outfit. It's the
it's
same.
exactly the same outfits, very movie poster vibe. So could it be a
will
thing?
be.
I'm feeling pretty
I was
confident. Yeah,
Without the text, I'm guessing they'll remove the text, as we said before.
that's
It's
where
just
the
art.
that's where the ability would go for sure. Next up, we have Carl Fredrickson and Russell, Intrepid Explorers. This is an Emerald Ruby Jewel in Glimmer, 6 cost inkable, 6/6 questing for 2, Storybond Team and Hero. Has Shift Force, you can play it on top of Carl or Russell, and the ability Outdoor Skills. While this character is at a location, all characters at that location get +1 lore and gain evasive. Lots of support in Emerald and Ruby this set for locations. I'm like half sad that all of the up cards seem to be really focused on locations, because I'm still not sure locations are there, but they're definitely looking a lot scarier this set, and excited for nothing else, just to build the deck and see how it is, because it's going to be...
I struggle as well thinking on the benefit of this card, but if you're just playing location, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just mistaken myself. This is the last one. So we were talking about the posters. Another one of those 3 posters. We believe this is based on this card, so we also believe this card is the Enchanted in the dual wing type. Yeah. Showing on screen right now, beautiful art, and actually my favorite of the 3.
My favorite too, and it's gonna, if and when it's revealed as an Enchanted, it's gonna be my chase card this set.
And I can see why for sure. There's even Kevin.
Oh, it's so good, so good. So next up we have Carl Fredrickson. So if you need to shift your Carl and Russell, Loving Husband. He's a 1 cost inkable, 1/2 questing for 1. He's a Storyborn hero and has the ability Take My Hand. When you play this character, you may pay 2 less for the next character named Ellie Fredrickson you play this turn. And look at that, we also have Ellie Fredrickson, Loving Wife, a 2 cost uninkable, 2/2 questing for 1, Storyborn ally with the ability Adventurous Heart. Whenever you play a location, gain 1 more. So on turn 1, you can play your Carl, and then immediately you get to play your Ellie
for free.
And then now when they're moving to locations, then you're going to be gaining some lore as well. Oh, sorry, when you play a location, then you're going to be getting some lore as well. So that's a nice payoff.
And they are continuous art.
Continuous art, yes.
And it's not you pay, but I guess at the end of the day you would always pay, so it doesn't need to say may. But Ellie, I think we're going to be together forever. Every moment we're together is an adventure.
I actually get sad just thinking about it. Oh.
But at least they're together. Look at that.
It was funny. We watched
Mariano Moreno, of course. Sorry.
We watched Up the other day, and like we were just crying thinking about Up. Like we didn't even have to watch the film. We were just crying thinking about it.
That was last week.
It was last week. Yeah, I still get emotional. Next we have Russell, Senior Wilderness Explorer, 5 cost inkable, 3/5 questing for 1. He's a Floodborn hero, can shift in at 3, and has 2 abilities. The first one is Base Camp. Your characters at locations get +1 lore. +1 strength, and Good Leadership. Whenever one of your characters with 4 strength or more quests gain 1 lore, gain just more support there for your location builds. Definitely curious to build some of these and see how well it does. Next up we have Russell, Junior Wilderness Explorer. So the Floodborn was the senior, this is the junior. 2 cost inkable, 3/2 questing for 1, Storyborn hero with the ability Assisting the Elderly. Whenever this character quests, you may move him and one of your other characters to the same location for free.
Look at that.
Which is pretty good.
I love the art he's holding. They're destroying the vines.
Yes, yeah.
Does he have more badges in his Floodborn form? I'm trying to see. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that's so cool.
But yeah, I'm the same. I absolutely love the art of Russell here. Next up, we have Kevin, Flightless Bird, 2-cost inkable, 1/3, questing for 3. Storyborn ally with the ability Back to the Nest. Whenever this character quests, put this card on the top of your deck. Very fitting from the film. Him maybe a little bit shy, getting to go back to the deck to be protected, which I think it is also a bit of a downside because you're basically losing the character that you played, and then it's also the next card you draw is maybe not necessarily going to be the card you would want.
Yeah.
But definitely a fun one there, interesting, and kind of is
a clever mechanic.
It is a clever mechanic, and it's a card that exists outside of the location archetype.
Yeah.
So I do like that one.
The
there.
colors are beautiful.
Yeah. Oh. And then actually a bit of a payoff here for Kevin. We have My Adventure Book. This is a 3-cost inkable item with the ability New Memories. Exert, pay 1, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a non-character card or a character named Kevin, you put it into your hand. Otherwise, you put it on the bottom of your deck. So if you've quested with your Kevin on the turn, put her on the top of your deck, then you can do this and then get Kevin straight back, and it can also be card draw for your locations as well.
So so it's non-character unless it is Kevin, and if it is Kevin, you keep it. If it's a location, you keep it, or any other non-character.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can keep doing it, but it's only once per turn because you have to exert, unless you can unexert.
Yes,
already.
Yeah. So cool card there. Next up, we have Piercing Attack. This is a 2-cost inkable action. Deal 2 damage to chosen character. This damage can't be reduced by resist.
So that is interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting that it's not put damage counters. It is deal. So and resist is often it just reduces damage that's dealt, except in this case. So an interesting wording. I don't know if it's like a new template moving forward for how they're going to describe like these types of effects.
Maybe people found confused in the put side of things, because if you had said put, you would already not have to explain the resist.
Exactly,
saying, right?
exactly.
So maybe you're saying just the terminology, it was hard, so they thought we might as well add an additional line and we can simplify. Makes sense. Yeah. As long as it's clear, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful card, and that is an original. Right?
Yes, I would.
Or do you think that'll be Tango? No, I don't think there is that on Tango.
Yeah, I think it's probably an original.
Lorcana,
yeah. It does say Disney Lorcana in the credit. I mean, well, I guess all of the cards do. But so next up we have Put That Thing Back. This is a 4-cost inkable song. Return chosen character or item to their player's hand. Maybe a bit of a replacement for the song from Tangled.
Mother
Knows Best, which was a 3-cost uninkable song. This is a 4-cost inkable song that can also bounce back an item as well. So
it's funny that they don't have as location as well, right? You think for a set like this, but maybe it'll be too strong. Maybe I don't know.
But I love the art on this one,
and I love the references. I love that scene.
And then last but not least for us in Emerald today, we have Paradise Falls, Exotic Destination, 4-cost inkable location. 2 is the cost to move, 7 willpower, 1 law per turn, and has the ability Quiet as Sight. While you have a character here, this location gets +3 law. And with cards like Russell, who will let you put characters into a location for free, then it becomes pretty good. So
of course, again, worth reminding is you just need 1 character, and that does not pile up. So you're never going to give you 3, 6, 9. It's going to be 3 + 1, 4. So you're getting 4 per turn at the beginning of your turn.
So there you go. Amazing. So we'll drop all of those cards into the tracker right now. And loving the location support. And then we're going to go on to Ruby. First up in Ruby is Ming Li, Giant Red Panda, which is a card I alluded to earlier. This is a 9-cost inkable, a 10/10, questing for 2. Storyborn Mentor, Giant and Red Panda, has temporary shift 7. You may pay 7 to play this on top of one of your characters named Ming Li. At the end of your turn, remove all damage from this character and return only this card to your hand. And Path of Destruction. Whenever this character challenges another character, ready her, she can't quest for the rest of the turn.
Ooh, la, la.
So potentially, if your opponent has a bunch of exerted characters, then you can shift this and then start challenging, readying, banish all of their stuff, and then at the end of the turn, return it to your hand to remove all of the damage. Can also quest with her as well, but I think really you're going to want to be challenging mostly.
Yeah, that's for sure, because that's the whole point, right? You'll be able to survive with so much willpower. It does remind the Scar Vicious Cheetah, right, from Floodborn.
I think so.
Which will be just hitting as well, right? So I think that's kind of a solution to bring it back. Was the Scar reprinted?
He was not reprinted.
He wasn't.
No.
Okay, yeah. So that's kind of a version of that. But Scar, of course, it was a rush card.
Yeah.
Right?
I wonder if we see something that is like when you play a Red Panda, exert all opposing characters, then this goes absolutely
But
crazy.
it has to. I'm trying to think like. Because it's a very expensive card, really, right?
It
I
is,
think it needs
yeah.
one more step. Of course, we saw that the shift target, right, in purple, in Amethyst, that would lock you in that position. But still, it's missing, I think, the last step for that. But I hope it does work.
Yeah, it is really cool. Next up, we have Sun Yi Red Panda Spirit, a 5-cost inkable, 5/5 questing for 2, Storyborn Red Panda with temporary Red Panda Shift. You may pay 2 to play this on top of one of your Red Panda characters, so it doesn't care. Just any of your characters with the Red Panda classification, and then at the end of your turn, remove all damage from this character and return this card to your hand.
So I could shift that on top of the one we just saw.
You could shift it anywhere you want.
Yeah. No, the base forms as well are red pandas, right?
Yeah,
They don't need to be transformed to be a red panda.
Exactly.
Okay,
so even your regular mailing
Gotcha.
Lees, you could shift this. So being able to shift it for 2, if you play your mailing on turn 1, then on turn 2 you can shift this. You can sing a 5-cost song, you can challenge, you can quest. So really cool. Love this mechanic, and so excited to see if it is like viable in a more competitive metagame. So
super cool.
Really nice there. Next up, we have Captain Hook, Conniving Pirate, a 2-cost inkable, 3/2 questing for 1. He's a Storyborn villain, pirate, and captain, and has the ability, have at you. Whenever this character challenges another character, gain 1 law. Pretty cool.
It is cool, yeah. It's very simple, but I like it.
Yeah, it fits into like the Ruby Steel archetype. Hasn't really been that successful so far, but with the rotation happening, having had a lot of support in previous sets, then
I just wish there was a way for him to survive the challenge, right? Maybe with some resist in locations and stuff.
Yeah, if you combine him with the Ruby Steel Mushu, then when you challenge, you gain resist.
And gets more lore even. That is true. Yeah.
Definitely something there. Next up, we have Randall Boggs, Envious Co-worker, 2-cost inkable, 3/1 questing for 0. He's a Storyborn villain and monster, has evasive, and the ability After Hours Project. While all cards in your inkwell are exerted, this character gets +2 law. So should be a pretty easy condition to meet. So then you get an evasive 3/1 questing for 2, but can also use him as a way to challenge as well. And there are a lot of cards from Monsters Inc. that care about having cards exerted in your inkwell, and it'll be an interesting one to see how that as an archetype works.
I think the artist is Brazilian, Edu Francisco, just by the name. Is that the one that was at the DLC?
That was probably the one you met. Yeah.
Sorry, I just don't remember the last name, but yeah, I think it's Brazilian.
Next up, we have Sully, Protected Monster, 3-cost inkable, 2/5 questing for 1, Storyborn hero and monster, and has 2 abilities. The first one is Fearsome Glare. When you play this character, you may exert all cards in your inkwell, and Riled Up. While all cards in your inkwell are exerted, this character gains rush, which is really cool. So on turn 3, you can play him. All of your cards are going to be exerted for paying the cost, and then he automatically gets rush. But that first ability means that if you play him on turn 4, for instance, and you don't have anything to do with that 1 extra ink, you can choose to exert it in order to then give Sully rush, which is pretty cool.
Okay, because of course I wouldn't be able to just exert if I cannot use towards something. That's a way to allow me, and then I can play the one we were just talking about as well before. Or not play, activate the lore.
Exactly, so it also enables all of the cards that care about having exerted ink
cool.
in the inkwell. So yeah, really cool there. And another card now from Monsters Inc. This is Rar, a 1-cost inkable action. Chosen character gets +3 strength this turn.
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly fine. Helps you remove something with a little bit more willpower, surprise your opponent, but I don't know how good that one is. Next up, we have Scream Canister. This is a 2-cost uninkable item with the ability Erratic Screams. Exert, pay 2, exert all cards in your inkwell. Exert chosen opposing character with 2 strength or less. Again, really cool. If you have only 2 ink in your inkwell and then you exert this and pay that, then all of your cards are going to be exerted anyway, and then you can exert that character. But as you get into that kind of later game, you can be doing other stuff on your turn and then exerting this once you've used all of your ink.
So I could use this without having more cards to exert, right?
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. You need at least 2, but after that,
to be able to pay the cost. Yeah.
And again, just enables all of those other cards. So even if you aren't necessarily exerting a character, can turn on effects like Randall's, which is going to be pretty fun. Next up is Beast, Fierce Defender, 3-cost inkable, 3/4 questing for 1, Storyborn hero and prince with the ability Formidable Love. When you have a character named Belle in play, this character gets +2 strength. We did see the Ruby Sapphire, Belle and Beast, so this is a shift target for that. You're going to have some bells already in your deck, and then he becomes a 5/4 on turn 3. Pretty good.
It is a beautiful art as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Next up, we have Peter Pan, Vine Duelist. He's a 1-cost inkable, 2/2 questing for 1 vanilla. So shift target there for your Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Not much to say about that.
No, it's just really cool.
It's the first vanilla we're seeing for a while. Next up, we have Bunch of Balloons, 1-cost inkable item. It has 2 abilities. The first one is Float Away. When you play this item, choose a location of yours. Whilst this item is in play, that location gains evasive and out of sight. Pay 3, return this item to your hand. So protecting one of your locations there. If you give this to like Paradise Falls, for instance, then you've got like a pretty big location. Put a character there.
Earning 4 lore, survive for 1 turn likely. And
multiple
then, of course,
turns if it's evasive.
Yeah, no, I just mean choosing a location. Why was it in play? Not just that turn.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you have to remember that you activate that.
Your opponent too.
No, it's just it's very important to probably put next to it, and of course, then you can return to your hand to trigger that effect again to another location, or if that location gets banned somehow, you can activate again. I love that the balloons is also in the vine. It's like a little hand.
The vine's trying to stop the balloons. But really cool. Love to see this as an item. And then, of course, the balloons attached to Carl's house, flying high, a 2-cost inkable location, move cost of 0, 6 willpower, and has the ability moving there. Once during your turn, you may move chosen character of yours from here to another location for free. If you do, gain 1 lore. So the location doesn't give any lore, but basically you can put one of your characters here for free, and then you can move them to another location for free, which is it means if you've got Paradise Falls, for instance, which has a high move cost, then you can put your character here first to move them to Paradise Falls and reduce the cost.
It's interesting, right? Because of this location being free, it's just the cost is coming from you playing it, and that is just like a tool that is there for you to use before it gets banned. But as a player, as an opponent, you might even it's one of those you're like, is it time now to remove? Do I leave it for later?
Is it worth it?
Yeah, until a second location comes in play, and then you start panicking.
Yeah. So it's an interesting one. It's a lot like Sugar Rush Speedway, except you don't need to exert, you don't need to damage yourself.
But that's what I mean. This one feels even more like it's different.
Yeah. So there we go. That's it for Ruby. So we'll drop all of them in now. Then we can go over to Sapphire. First up in Sapphire, we have a Sapphire Steel Dual Ink Glimmer. This is Darkwing Duck and Launchpad, St. Canard's finest. 7-cost inkable, 5/7. Questing for 2 with Storyborn Team, Super, Hero, and Detective. Can shift in for 5 on a character named Darkwing Duck or Launchpad. Has Ward, which is always a really good ability to have. And Victory Pose. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, gain 2 lore. There are plenty of good shift targets already for both Darkwing and Launchpad. We have the Warded Drake Mallard version, so it can often stick around a little bit longer. We have cheap 1-cost Darkwing, we have a 2-cost Launchpad, all of which are really great. This synergizes super well with the item that you used against me when we played the theme deck. Really cool. They're nice to see more support for Darkwing Duck, and probably a very fun deck. I don't know if it'll be that playable, but it's getting more tools.
Because it was already strong. I think it's just finding the right tools, right? But I love this art so much.
The art's amazing.
It's good to them together. Yeah.
Another Enchanted, maybe.
But let's talk about beautiful art.
Oh god, I love this. I love this. This is Charles Munt's Obsessive Explorer, 4-cost inkable, 3/4, questing for 2. He's a Storyborn villain and inventor, and has 2 abilities. The first one is Useful Gear. Whenever you play an item, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck, and find that bird. Whenever this character quests, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a character card named Kevin, you may reveal it and put it into your hand to gain 3 lore. Otherwise, put it on the top or the bottom of your deck. So it works really well with Kevin's ability, because Kevin can quest. You can put that on the top, then you can quest with
the other item as well.
The other item as well. You can quest with Charles. You can get Kevin back that way as well and get some lore, which is really cool. And then, of course, the first ability does allow you to do some filtering to maybe even set up the Kevin as well, and or just improve what's on the top of your deck. Do love seeing Alpha here. I'm hoping we're going to get an Alpha card, because he's one of the best characters from Up.
Hilarious.
And
I just want to hear. I wish we could hear the voice from the cards.
So really cool. I think it's a very fun card, very situational. Don't know how playable it is, but maybe it's gonna surprise us. Next up, we have Translation Collar. This is a 2-cost inkable item with the ability You Are My Friend. Exert, pay 1. Chosen character gets +1 lore and gain support this turn.
Okay. Squirt.
Yeah. So not too much to say about this one. I think it's okay. But yeah, love to see this. And we still don't have a Doug card on his own. So hopefully very soon we're going to get that. Next we have Boo, Human Child, a 1-cost inkable 0/3 questing for 1. She's a Storyborn hero with the ability Making Memories. While you have 5 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gets +2 lore. And yeah, so we're going to see in just a little bit an item that actually gives you some extra ink, which is going to be good. And
that is insane, being able to quest for 3.
Yeah. So I'm curious if we're going to see like more aggro Sapphire decks this set, because it does seem like we're getting a bit of support for that.
Maybe I'll finally play Sapphire then.
Yeah, if you don't have to do rampy things, I think you might enjoy Sapphire.
I'm not even talking about just the fact that I like aggro, because that's not the case. It's just, Anyway, Power Surge.
Yeah, here we go. So this is one of those cards that can put more cards into your inkwell. Each player puts, this is a 4-cost inkable action. Each player puts the top 2 cards of their deck into their inkwell face down and exerted. Maybe in a deck where you want to put more cards in there so your Boo becomes a quester for 3. I do think like a 4-cost action that's giving you and your opponent ink in the inkwell, your opponent gets to use it before you. I don't know how great that is, but you know, if your opponent has some good on the top of their deck for some reason, then this could be a way to disrupt them. But other than that, I'm not super sure about this one.
I wouldn't mind people using that against me.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Next up, we have Laugh Canister. This is a 3-cost uninkable item with the ability Copycat. Exert, put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. Chosen opponent may put the top card of their deck into their inkwell face down and exerted. It's a similar kind of idea. Again, it's just, do you want to be giving your opponent the ink? Maybe if you're trying to do something like an ink geyser where you're going to send all of the cards back to their hand anyway. But other than that, I just, I don't know. I can't see you wanting to give that much of a benefit to your opponent, but it's actually quite nice. It's comparable a little bit to the Amber cards that like your opponent can draw.
It is, yes. The part that I say it isn't is because this is the identity anyway. It's not trying to compete. I think in Amber they had to put the negative because technically drawing is Amethyst. There's a hidden Mickey there as well.
There are a lot of hidden Mickeys here, yeah. Okay. Sapphire cards always prime locations for hidden Mickeys. Next up, we have Belle, always reading, 2-cost inkable, 2/3 questing for 1. She's a Storyborn hero and princess with the ability Dreaming of More. You pay 1 ink less to shift a character on top of this character, which is great. If you have a big old Floodborn Belle and Beast character, then you can play them down even sooner, even cheaper. And
I think they said that right in the Lorcast, that this is the primary target for the iconic card we saw. I'm repeating myself, but this art is so beautiful. Oh my god, the lighting. Jesus.
Yeah. Next up, we have Mrs. Hasagawa, Fruit Vendor, a 2-cost inkable, 3/3 questing for 1 Storyborn ally, vanilla. We actually, I think every ink or most inks now have a 3/3 questing for 1 vanilla on too. So this is one for Sapphire. I think we're missing one for, I want to say Amber. I don't think Amber has a vanilla 3/3.
We'll see, I'm sure.
And so there we go. That's the one for Sapphire.
Okay, so sorry, this is 4-cost. Okay.
This is a 4-cost Mickey. Yeah, this is Mickey Mouse Inquisitive Explorer, 4-cost inkable, 3/5 questing for 2, Dreamborn hero and vanilla. So still a potential shift target for your Mickey and Minnie, but you probably want to do it on something cheaper in most cases. But he has decent stats, 5 willpower, pretty tricky to deal with. Quest for 2, so nice card there. And again, the outfit just looks so cute. Fluto here, also super cute. 5-cost inkable, 4/4 questing for 3. He is a Dreamborn. He is an ally. And I believe that is support, right? We're looking at the Italian version.
It's support.
Yes. So yeah, you give a character the strength. So yeah,
very cute as well. Outfit. Love the outfit.
Yeah, love the outfit. Decent cards. Next up, we have Hades Meticulous Schema, a 6-cost inkable, 5/5 questing for 3. He's a Storyborn villain, and he has ward and flavor text. Wrapping up who the villain might be behind the vine. This little guy is so hideous. I love it. And the way it sucks up flood ink, even I couldn't have planned it any better.
There you
Although
go.
he's like, even I couldn't have planned it any better. Does that mean someone else did it?
Yeah, I think 100%.
Oh, so you don't think he's behind the vine?
No.
Okay.
It is Maleficent, if anyone. Well, apparently it's no one, but if he was someone, it would be Maleficent. He's the villain of the next set, I think.
Villain, I think all signs are pointing toward that. Next up, we have Startle. This is a 1-cost inkable action. Chosen character gets -3 strength this turn. think perfectly fine. Helps you set up some of your removal in Ruby with things like the Headless Horseman, or maybe your Sisu, small Sisu, his name I can never remember. But yeah, otherwise I think it's perfectly fine card. But I love the art on this one. It's really cute. Love to see more Abu. And then the last card we're looking at today in Sapphire. Beautiful, beautiful card. I hope they merchandise this book.
I know. Imagine. Oh my god, yes.
So this is a 2-cost inkable item with the honey classification as well. Big book of honey, and has the ability Invoke Honey, Exert, pay 2, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a honey card, put it into your hand, otherwise put it on the top of your deck. So more card draw for the honey archetype. Really excited to build this deck. Can't wait.
I know. Honestly, it's going to be so cool. Oh my god. It's going to be so colorful.
And yeah, honestly, love the design of this book.
Yes.
Great job to the team at Ravensburger. So we'll drop all of them into the tracker now. Sapphire not seeming too overpowered right now. I think
now it's okay.
A lot of interesting cards, but nothing that's like screaming completely broken.
Well, we say that. Then we not start with the Mickey from Sapphire.
Yeah, the Mickey Mini is
it's on the Sapphire.
So, okay, we can go over to Steel. And first up in Steel, we have Discarded Armor. This is a 1-cost inkable item with the ability Found Equipment, Exert. If you discarded a card this turn, chosen character of yours gains resist +1 until the start of your next turn. There. Yeah, so we saw in Emerald Steel a lot of like kind of self-discarding cards that give you benefits. So you can set up the Discarded Armor and then start discarding cards with those Emerald Steel abilities to protect your characters. Also, just like works so fantastic with Angel's Experiment 624, because you can discard with her and then gain resist 1. If you've got no cards in your hand, then Angel gets resist 3, which is just like a nightmare to deal with. So an interesting one there.
Do you think people would run in that deck because of Angel?
Yeah, I think there's a possibility.
You can ink. It's so cool that it's getting the armor from Mulan.
Yeah.
It looks like Orochimaru a little bit.
Next up we have Willy the Giant, created by the Vine, a 6-cost inkable, 6/3, questing for 2. He is a Floodborn Giant and Vineling with the ability Defend the Stalk. Your Floodborn characters gain resist +1. Willy included, so again, just more support for that Floodborn archetype. If you can get him out a bit sooner so that he's a bit cheaper, I think it'd be great, or some other way to reduce the cost. But just more blanket support for your Floodborn and Vineling characters. Next, we have Darkwing Duck, Shadowy Superhero, 3-cost uninkable, 2/5 questing for 1, Storyborn Superhero and Detective. With Preemptive Strike, when you play this character, you may deal 1 damage to a chosen character.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, pretty decent stats, right? 2/5 on a 3-cost body and getting to ping the 1 damage.
And he's the target for
he's the target,
Darkwing Duck.
Exactly. Yeah, so cool card there. Next we have the Irate Chef, Meat Hut Cook, a 4-cost inkable 5/5 questing for 1, Storyborn Vanilla. Big stats, big old boy, and
maybe good for limited.
Yeah, definitely good for limited, and we'll have to see if he can see much play elsewhere. Next, we have some of the most beautiful art this set. We'll save our village, 2-cost inkable song. Your characters and locations gain resist +1 until the start of your next turn.
That is scary. Yeah. Okay, that's the one you mentioned earlier, right? I think
that's maybe yes. Really good one for those location builds. So a lot of support has been in the Ruby and the Emerald, but we do also get some Steel support, and we also saw some support last set.
That's gotta be an epic card.
Yeah, I hope so. That is really nice. And then last but not least, we have Windstorm. This is a 4-cost inkable action. Deal 1 damage to each opposing character and location. Then deal 2 damage to each opposing character with evasive and each opposing location with evasive.
No, that's the one you meant. Okay.
That's the one I meant. So if you
one
have
damage to each opposing character location, then 2 additional 1.
Yeah.
So if
a character is evasive, you would deal 3 damage to the evasive character.
Okay, gotcha.
So if your opponent does play a Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, then you're going to be doing a lot of damage to them. Of course, when you have an action dealing damage, then it clearly works really well with
Merida?
Merida, thank you. People say Merida and it breaks my brain. It's Merida, the formidable archer. So the thing about that is her ability is whenever one of your actions deals damage to an opposing character, you deal 2 damage. The way this is written, I believe you would deal 1 damage and then you would do 2 extra damage and then you would deal the extra 2 damage and then deal another 2 damage.
Oh my god.
So it would deal 3 damage to all characters, and then if those characters are evasive, it would deal an additional 4 damage. So amazing synergy there. If it works the way I think it
Yeah,
works.
I mean, it's good either way, right? But Jesus Christ, and this art as well, it's
Yes.
so good. Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, it's good to see some counterplay for locations if they do become kind of too powerful, but also a nice way to deal with evasive
I think
characters
that's
as well.
It's characters. Like, come on, this is really cool already. And even if there is no, you're doing 1 damage.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
each opposing character.
Yeah.
And location.
Crazy. So let's drop.
Not a song though, but let's drop it. Yeah.
Let's drop it into the tracker, right?
Let's do this.
So there we go. All of the seal cards. All of the cards for today. I think we were at 68 cards or something in this video, and reveal season started like 2 days ago. Like you blink and half the set's out already. So there we go. We will be back, of course, in a couple of days with even more of the card reveals. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see that, please do be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you're in the loop with all of the cards coming out for this set, and so many really interesting ones. Let us know in the comments what your favorite are.
And why do you think
those posters are going to be the enchanted cards?
that could be? Because I lost my line of thought. So yes, that's the question.
Do you think our theory is correct?
Yes, I think we are quite right.
So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and a huge shout out, of course, as always, to our YouTube members. We really appreciate the support. If you are interested in becoming a YouTube member, you can hit the join button down below to find out all the details. And until next time,
Happy questing.
happy questing.